Hello, this is David, Fairly Secret Music. Doing a little bit of a different video today, showing you a bit more of what I have here. And so yeah, and then this is my whole metal section behind me. So I'm going to talk about some things that I've been purchasing recently. And just kind of talking a little bit over them. Instead of sitting static at a chair, I decided might as well do this. So let's flip the camera around here. And we're going to start with the band Bayist. We're going to get a lot of glare, I think, in here. So this is just kind of like a straight ahead death metal band, kind of in the vein of like older Opeth a bit, if they didn't have any melodic vocals or really slower parts. They have one song that they just released on video recently this year that is way more into that kind of Opeth-y kind of vibe, which I really like. But I've got each of these used for $9. So I decided to pull the trigger and get them. This is the one that doesn't have reflections because it's a digipack. So I've listened to a couple of these. I know I listened to this whole one, and so far so good. I'm not really into kind of what do you call it, like kind of typical death metal. There has to be something kind of outside the box for me to really enjoy. So I'm hoping that I get into these guys a little bit more. And like all of this stuff that is in here, if you see it kind of sticking out, that's newer stuff. Like if you see that, that's newer stuff that I have to still listen to. So let's go over to the black metal section. It's going to be a little easier. Recently I picked up Arcona stuff. I got, let's see, I ordered this from a place in Minnesota that's a mainly black metal, but some death metal distributor slash they have a record label. I can't remember what the record label is. I'll get to that when I get to the Veldz CD. But they had this one, which is a CD and DVD version of, I think it's called Yav. So you got the regular album and then a whole live show. And their singer is a female singer. She does both melodic vocals and hopefully I can get back into focus there. Okay. She does melodic vocals and the death or the kind of black metal-y kind of vocals. This one is funny because I could have bought this brand new for $13.99, and the next day I went back to get something else. And I saw that somebody had misplaced it, and I could have got it for $8 rather than $13.99. So I was kind of irritated, but it is what it is. So that one's called, well, they all have these, they are a Russian band, but they have a lot of, everything is in Russian. So I won't even try to pronounce. This one's actually called Slavo. And then the album that I did have, sorry about that, I was trying to catch things, is Goy Roid Goy. So this album I did own at one point, and hopefully we will go into focus there. Sorry about that going out of focus. This one has a song called Licky. I'm not even going to try to. This really long one right here, if it actually goes in focus. But they have a So track 8, they have a video for that, and it is fantastic. So that is the Arkona, and that's Arkona. 2 new CDs by an offshoot of Nagura Bunjet. It's Dordeo. No. Dordeta? I can't even pronounce that. Har came out this year or last year, and this self-titled one, which actually has them doing a cover version of Rune by Enslaved, came out, I think it was like 7 years ago. Let me see. Yeah, like 2012. And then this one came out in 2011. Whatever the math is on that. So this is kind of like a black metal progressive kind of experimental band. If you've heard Nagura Bunjet, if I'm pronouncing that, Negura Bunget. They're a Russian, or no, Romanian. But this one is very proggy. Do you like... I do have a hair metal / cock rock section, but so that's what we are by right now. And you're probably looking at all these other things that are popping up behind things that I'm showing. 2 other ones that I picked up. The nice thing is a lot of this black metal comes in digipacks. This, oh gosh, I can't remember his name. Liam from Death and Doom channel. He had this is Imperium Uber. I'm not even gonna try to pronounce that. This album came out in 2021, and it is pretty fantastic. It has a lot of strings. It has a lot of clean vocals that are surprisingly low and almost operatic vocals. If you've never checked out Imperium before, do so. I have to, go back to their collection and see what else that I want. And I just picked up Enslaved, Roadburn Live. Over the summer, I picked up Enslaved's Cinematic Tour 2020. So I thought, I had enough of Live Enslaved. Technically with this, it's 4 discs and 4 DVDs, but they did a few songs on here that that weren't on that other thing. I think like Death in the Eyes of Dawn. Here, let me see if I can make this focus again. Death in the Eyes of Dawn. I think Building with Fire, and, well, they do Immigrant Song, but that wasn't really a necessary thing. Convoys to Nothingness also. So a couple other great CDs. This, by the way, is kind of like the springboard that, besides the Arcturus box set I got, this was another springboard to get me into more atmospheric black metal and stuff like that. Some dice. We're just going to go in alphabetical order around here. So, this is where things get kind of dicey, because these are all non-digipacks. So, we're going to have a lot of glare, but I've started out getting, which ones did I get? Oh, I got Winter by Fen, and I picked up what's that called? The Dead Light. And so these 2 really helped me get into them. Then I picked up Epoch and what is this one called? Carrion Skies. They're kind of in that, well, kind of in that atmospheric black metal, but there is a lot of other things going on, like the new album, The Dead Light. There's more, what do you call it? Clean vocals, or, well, it's more kind of proggy guitar stuff that I kind of like, because it livens it up. It gives it a different feel. And then Dustwalker I have yet to listen to, and same with Carrion and Epoch so far. As I said, I've been buying a lot of stuff, or maybe I didn't say that, but I should have. Also down that road, this is a band called I don't even know what Fauth, I think. But this one, it's funny because I saw this, I was gonna get it, but they had it priced for like $12.95, and the new one was $14. So I asked the one guy if he would, adjust it, because it seemed like something that they just didn't realize was still in print. So he sold it to be used for $9. This is actually another one-man band from the guy who does Sayer, and I'll show some CDs by him in a second. This is a magnificent surprise. I wasn't expecting much out of Gall's Weird, and this is Gall from, what do you call it, Gorgoroth, and this one's called Gastier Ghosts Invited. There is a lot of clean singing on this album, and it is actually pretty damn good. I didn't expect something quite as melodic from Gall, but I think I have to get the EP. The problem with the EP was, like, I think it was $15 for a 30-minute EP, and whereas I got this for, I think, 10 or 11. Let's see here. What do we have? How do I pronounce that? Iskald. This was kind of an impulse buy. I found out about these guys, and this is from that Minnesota distributor. This was, I think, $10 or $11. I have yet to listen to it, but it almost has more of a death metal vibe to it, like kind of Blackened Death. And they have quite a few other albums that I think, if I get into them, that I may get some more. I just wanted to kind of test the waters just to see. And God, I really wish I knew the name of that one in Minnesota that I keep on ordering from. It starts with an O. Maybe I'll remember it by the time this video is done. Here is where I kind of got crazy a bit, because I went from owning nothing by this band to owning almost everything except for their first couple albums. And I think I have them in somewhat of an order here. And this is Nagura Abundant. This one is Maestrit, and this is an early album that they redid in 2010. They have two other ones that have similar covers that I have yet to get, because that's more of the kind of raw, less experimental black metal. This one, let's get that reflection out. This one, I believe, is their third album. That's awful. And this one is kind of more, these two are kind of more in the traditional black metal. This one is where they kind of start becoming a lot more experimental with the kind of traditional melodic instruments. Some of these I have not yet listened to. I just decided I was going to do this video today. All of these titles are in probably Romanian and stuff like that, so it's no point in me even telling you what they're called. And then I also bought a let me see if I can get this in here. It is a DVD and CD box set, basically, and it has all the songs, well, a lot of the songs from the Ohm album. If you're familiar with this band, you know that's kind of like their breakthrough album. That was like their 4th or 5th album, and so I have that on order. I just haven't received it because I ordered it probably, I think, 2 days ago. I think I did it on Sunday. I'm not sure. So let me try to, with one hand, put all these CDs back up here. You can look at some hair metal while I'm doing that. We are almost done here. So this is another atmospheric black metal band. Sorry these aren't in order, but we'll go. The first one, Roots, which is fantastic. Oh my gosh, there's some spots at the end of like a 10-minute song where they're using a lot of kind of you know, recorders and clarinets and stuff kind of like that, and it just makes these kind of really heavy parts seem so much more melodic. And then comes Guardian. All these album covers have a very similar kind of feel to them, which I like. It's that I like that atmospheric black metal. I like when the lyrics are more about nature rather than devilly blah 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 and whatnot, and just negative. It's a little bit more I guess relaxing. I don't know. Aura. This is one that I'm kind of irritated with. So I purchased this new from one of the local record stores. This was the only copy. I wasn't going to bring it back to complain, but I don't know if you can see that corner is broken, and if I lifted up the CD, part of the tray is actually cracked. So that's this band is pretty awesome, and you know, has that very atmospheric kind of quality to them. So this is very difficult to do with one hand. I should have probably just set up a something to hold my camera. These are 2 CDs by another offshoot of Nagura Bojent. And this is what is SURAUSTEU. Sorry, I don't do editing, so I can't put the well, I could, but I choose not to. So this is their first album. Of course, all these are in Romanian or whatever country they're from. So this is the first one. I actually picked this up for $8.99. It was new. And that was doing the special order. And then this is their newest one, which came out, let me see. This one came out in 2021. Their previous one came out in 2019. So this is the rest of the band with a different drummer because the original drummer for Nagura Bungeon ended up passing away, and this was the band that was backing him up, or actually fronting him, before he passed away. I listened to both of these. Very aggressive yet melodic, some clean vocals, some harsh vocals, very much in the kind of mid-period of their previous band. Couple last things. This is a band called Uwata. They are from the United States, from Portland. And, you know, it's always the tricky thing with black metal bands, and these guys have had shows canceled because of who they ended up going on tour with. Kind of like that guilt by association thing. I mean, unfortunately, there are a lot of jackasses in this genre. So you have to kind of watch out what kind of black metal you're listening to if, you know, you are socially aware and or whatnot and like that. But every press release or, you know, thing that they've said has, you know, defied that they are anything other than a non-political black metal band. But they're from Portland. I believe they were supposed to tour in Minnesota. I would have gone and see that, but I think it got canceled. And this last one is, it's got this weird slipcase that's impossible to get it out of. But yeah, that's their album. Their band name is spelled A-U or U-A-D-A. U-A-D-A, yep. So those I have to listen to a bit. I'm not going to bother with that. And then last but not least is we have Wayfarer. They are a band from Colorado, and I've actually talked about this one before, Romance of Violence. And they are, if you took black metal and kind of had like a, I don't know, like a, let's see, Ennio Morricone kind of feel to them, like Good, the Bad, and the Ugly kind of guitar and stuff like that at times. But don't let that scare you. They are pretty damn good. And then last but not least is Veldz, which is a one-man thing by Raised Soul Productions. And it's actually pretty good. I partially bought this because I loved the cover so much. And this is impossible to do with one hand, so I'll just let you look at those for a bit. But yeah, I really liked that cover, and this is very atmospheric black metal. A lot of piano. The one downside, two downsides of it are the vocals are very much the same. This was a 4-song album with a bonus track. There's an untitled track on there that is actually the best one out of all of them. I would love to hear these guys with some melodic vocals. And it's spelled Veldes. This one's Storm Borrower. Another thing with, you know, one-man black metal bands is that you do kind of get, you know, kind of things that kind of sound samey. A lot of the songs sound similar. Luckily, I like the melodies that they come up with, or he comes up with. And I just kind of hope that at some point the vocals get a bit more adventurous, and there's a lot of drum machine on here, or at least that's what it sounds like to me. I'm pretty sure it is drum machine. So that is some new stuff. Hopefully you enjoyed seeing that, and I've maybe awakened your eyes to a new band or two. So you have a good day.